Kerrigan, before we jumped, Hyperion tracked multiple Dominion signatures headed down to the surface. You're gonna have a surprise party down there.
Alright, I'm gonna clear chat logs real quick because I want to get in the habit of doing that before we start each mission.
Kerrigan, before we jumped, Hyperion tracked multiple Dominion signatures headed down to the surface. You're gonna have a surprise party down there.
Scanning. Detecting Dominion forces and a Zerg hive cluster.
Yeah, there must be an old hive here. I'm more worried about the Dominion.
Ground team, this is Fleet. What is your status?
Fleet, our base is set up, and the track and pulse cannon is almost online.
Roger that. Eliminate all stragglers as they warp to these coordinates. We'll return for you. Fleet out.
That cannon will take out Jim's ship as soon as he enters orbit. He'll never see it coming. Set course for the Zerg hive cluster. I need an army.
It is a sequel. It happened, like, the events of Legacy of the Void happen after
I can sense
the
a
end of
mind
this.
controlling this brood. Who are you?
My queen, I am Nakdul, a brood mother. You created us to extend your control of the swarm. Have you returned to us?
I'm not your queen, and I haven't returned. But I need your brood to destroy the Terran cannon right now.
Most of my brood is with me. I can send them to you, but it will take time.
Then send them. When they arrive, we'll tear down that cannon before Jim gets here. Meanwhile, I'm going to prepare this hive for combat. The Dominion would have tracked my ship, and they'll be looking for me.
Yeah, okay, so the
Yeah.
Legacy of the Void story
Let's see if I can remember how to do this.
is actually
The first
about
thing I need is a spawning pool.
beating the person who creates
Covering ground.
the hybrids.
On the
And I
same
say
page.
person, it's not really a person,
Work to
it's a
be done.
Zelnaga.
Sweeping.
Alright, so this mission's pretty straightforward. If you're really worried about it, you can honestly just sit at your base and defend. It's not that big of a deal. But if you want to take out as much as you can and get as many objectives as possible, you want to send Kerrigan out immediately.
Command, we've found Kerrigan. She's holed up in a Zerg base. We're going in. Send reinforcements.
The Dominion found us. They're going to hit us hard. Fire here. Sweeping.
Come out of hiding.
So yeah, setting up your spine crawlers there is going to give you the easiest defense of that first wave. It's going to kill off this first set of Marines before the second set even gets a chance to show up. Then you're going to want to get your proxy hatches going. And you do want 3 hatcheries because queens are your bread and butter in this mission. Alright, we'll start working on a spawning pool now. But yeah, Wings of Liberty is all about getting Kerrigan back to human. You're basically fighting Kerrigan the whole game. Once you're done fighting Kerrigan, you get her back to human. This one's all about basically it's about getting rid of Manx.
Safety's off.
And then
This is Kerrigan.
the final one's about getting rid of
Covering
Amon.
ground.
So it's getting closer and closer to the legit enemy that you have to fight at the end of it all. But first, it's about getting rid of his allies and the things that put him in power.
I should make Zerglings from the larva at my hatchery. Ready for action?
So you can actually push out north here now and
We require more minerals.
take out
Heading out.
that bunker.
I remember spine crawlers. I can mutate them from drones. Right. On the same page. approaching from the north. This is Kerrigan. Work to be done.
A queen would be very useful for fighting the Terrans. You can birth a queen at the hatchery.
Alright, now we can make queens. You really just want queens. Like, Zerglings are great and all, but they die pretty quickly, so I pretty much only go for queens in this game. Well, in this mission, not in this game. That would be silly of me. Alright, we're gonna go up and we're gonna get this next set of Zerglings and a queen.
Right.
There are more Zerglings in this cave.
Pretty straightforward, just walk up,
Sweeping. Covering ground.
chokehold them. You know, do the Jedi thing.
You have recovered part of the brood. Rise, my children. So more overload. We require more minerals.
Alright, this next part, we're gonna wanna
This is Kerrigan.
wrap around these guys.
Yeah, thanks for you. Pushing ahead.
Lift them up, kill them.
Covering
Zerglings,
ground.
as always, are great, but not entirely the best thing. Just because you face a lot of fire here, it's really worth it to get a ton of queens. Which I say as I build a ton of Zerglings, obviously, because, you know, I'm smart like that. I really should have put most of that money into queens, but it's fine because I don't care. We're probably not going to be able to destroy all the bases on the map anyway before
Safety's off.
the reinforcements get here. I'm pretty sure I've only ever done that once, and it was on hard. It's just a really hard thing to do because they send so many powerful attacks, and there's so many units that are fire-based that Zerglings are just useless on this. And until you have all your upgrades, you really can't do that much. Once we do have Zerg melee attack, we can probably push out and take a lot of the map, but I mean, by then we're going to be 3-4 minutes from the end of the mission. Regardless of if you're trying to do that, like if you're trying to do that achievement, regardless, even on hard, it's rather challenging.
We require more
So
minerals.
it's worth noting that it's going to be a
Work to be
challenge
done.
regardless of how you do it. Throwing out creep tumors always helps, of course. That was a big part of why I was able to
On its way to the hive cluster.
Sweeping.
do that achievement on this in the first place. Was you get your first queen and you just start dropping swarm or
Safety's off.
just start dropping creep tumors everywhere. Sooner you know about the attacks that they're sending at you, the sooner you can send units to counter them.
We require more minerals.
Of course, you don't have select all, which is huge for
I gotcha.
Zerg. It makes Zerg
There are more Zerglings in
much
this
more
cave,
effective.
my queen.
I hear you.
Alright, so yeah, they're coming in
Heading
from the
out.
top side. We're gonna get our units in place.
Sweeping. Right. Pushing ahead.
As always, using the
We require more minerals.
force choke
Ready for action.
is extremely effective.
We require more minerals.
On the same page. Right.
We require more.
think they attack from the north, or from the
This is Kerrigan.
east side next.
We got Zerg!
They sure do. That's okay though, we're just gonna send Kerrigan back to deal with it.
Heading out.
Well, yeah, we'll lose a hatchery for that, but that's actually maybe not.
Sweeping. Hold still.
The worms are tunneling to you right now. My brood will be there soon.
Ground.
We want to pull back. We don't want to lose any of our troops if we can avoid it.
Right. On the same.
We require
Heading out.
our forces are under attack. The high class is under attack.
Sweet.
We require more minerals.
I gotcha.
Our forces are under attack. We require more.
Take off.
Need to move forward here.
Only a short time before my Nidus worms bring reinforcements.
Yeah, we're running out of time here to do, even just to take the last cave. And we still are getting attacked from all directions because they don't stop. The attacks never end.
This is Kerrigan. Heading out.
Yeah.
Right. Sweeping. Pushing ahead.
Yeah, like I said, they literally just don't stop sending them.
We require more minerals.
I gotcha.
If you want to take out the third cave before they get here, you kind of have to rush that one.
Pushing ahead.
Or have a big enough force to come in from behind.
We require more minerals.
Anyway, Noctool shows up, you get F2, letting you select all your troops at once.
They are yours to command, my queen.
Perfect. Now let's get up to their base and destroy that cannon before Jim arrives.
If you wish to command all of your forces in battle, there is a way to control them all at once.
Say again? Sweep.
We require more minerals.
Anyway, we've wiped most of the map, but we're going to go clear the rest of it, because just to give anyone watching an idea of how much you actually have to clear before you get that achievement, it is not easy.
My zerglings, the brood grows stronger.
There's just a lot that you have to destroy, and even with all of Noctool's brood here, like, it's still, like, there's just still a lot to destroy.
On the same page. I gotcha. Work to be done.
But it is easier on hard, there's just less to deal with as far as
We
Terran
require
units
more
go.
minerals. Our forces are under attack.
Covering ground. Yeah, I hear you.
They spend less on reinforcements too, you're not fighting through nearly as much.
This is Kerrigan. Say again? Yeah, I hear you.
We require more minerals.
Right.
We require more minerals.
Covering ground. I gotcha.
May as well get the last little bonus troops, and then you have to go up here as well and destroy this base. So like at this point we're, you know, 3 minutes over what it would have taken for Noctool to get here, and even with Noctool's massive force on Brutal, it's still just so hard to get through.
Heading out. Work to be done. This is Kerrigan. Say again?
Anyway,
Gotcha.
we can move across.
Pushing ahead. Heading out.
You want to send Kerrigan in as quickly as you can to hopefully not die. And you want to get your troops spread out a little bit so that you're not...
I have arrived. All of my brood is here to serve you. We require more minerals.
This is Kerrigan.
I think this will be the first time I've actually had Noctool survive. Normally she gets here and she dies immediately because I'm focused on other things. Oh, and look at that. We destroyed the cannon at the same time.
The gun is destroyed! The Terrans are fleeing to their ships!
Kill them all. No one gets out alive.
Yes! The Queen has returned! Kill the Terrans!
The Queen? You're right. I was slipping back into something that... I have to get out of here.
We will await your return.
Alright. Yeah, we didn't rescue all the queens before Noctool arrived. That one's not actually that bad. Destroy 15 enemy structures. We pretty much... Oh, actually, we didn't do that. That was 12 out of 34. The hard ones destroy all structures before Noctool arrives, which is hard. But we actually didn't get any of the achievements that time. Interesting.
Jim? Are you on this frequency? Jim, are you out there? I'm at the rendezvous. It's all clear here. I've been thinking about what you said. There's something dark in me, Jim. I need you. I need you to hear me right now.
Notorious rebel Jim Raynor was captured in a daring raid yesterday. He was briefly interrogated and summarily executed. Emperor Mengsk had this to say.
Proud Dominion citizens, at long last our nightmare is over. The lawless terrorist James Raynor is dead. With his death comes a new era of peace. The Protoss have retreated from our dominion, and the Zerg threat has been removed. Their swarm is shattered and leaderless. Soon, we will eradicate every last Zerg on Char. In short, we have won. Our peace and security is assured. Good night, my faithful subjects.
Navigation online. Destination Zerg space. Confirm.
Confirmed.